Prince Harry will not meet his father King Charles Roman III during his trip to Britain because of the monarch's full program, but insisted that he hopes to see him soon. The Duke of Sussex arrived in Britain alone today after flying in from California for a ceremony marking the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games in London tomorrow. Ahead of the service, Harry visited Armoury House this afternoon for an Invictus Games discussion called Realizing a Global Community, hosted by Louise Minchin. The prince had hoped to meet his estranged father, the king, during his trip, which follows a previous quick visit in February after Charles's cancer diagnosis. But Harry's spokesman said today, in response to the many inquiries and continued speculation on whether or not the Duke will meet with his father while in the UK this week, it unfortunately will not be possible due to His Majesty's full program. The Duke, of course, is understanding of his father's diary of commitments and various other priorities and hopes to see him soon. Reacting to the news, royal expert Richard Palmer said, "It's surprising if the King and Harry are not meeting at all, and perhaps a sign of how much bridge building still needs to be done. There's been much media speculation that father and son would meet. While that always looked like guessing, I'd have guessed they would meet too." Harry is understood to have various Invictus Games commitments today, according to ITV. Tomorrow, he is set to give a reading at a service of thanksgiving at St. Paul's Cathedral, marking a decade since the inaugural competition in London in 2014. Organizers had said there was no confirmation of any other royals attending, or if Harry's wife Meghan Markle or children Archie and Lilibet would also be in the UK. But Harry arrived in London by himself today and is expected to join the Duchess on a tour to Nigeria later this week, with Meghan set to fly there from the US by herself. And Harry is not anticipated to see his brother Prince William, who is scheduled to be away from the capital on Thursday and Friday, or his sister-in-law Kate Middleton, whose cancer treatment continues following her revealing the diagnosis in March. Earlier today, Charles was photographed being driven from Windsor Castle before arriving at Clarence House in London soon after. The king later held an audience nearby at Buckingham Palace with the Prime Minister of Fiji, Sitiveni Rabuka. The Duke has invited William and other senior members of the royal family to the service, but none of them are expected to attend, sources told Page 6 in the S. Among the royals who could attend include his cousins Zara Tindall and Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, but there has been no confirmation of this. Harry is expected to stay at a hotel in London because he no longer has Frogmore Cottage in Windsor.